Hey everybody, welcome to a brand new marketing hack inside the Hub Digital IGTV station. Today I wanted to talk about productivity. And I think when it comes to writing blog content, writing social content, just kind of keeping up with that sort of every day or every week or every month kind of thing to help market your business online, it can be really hard. And that's really one of the reasons why people push back so much against blogging and kind of content marketing in general, is because it takes time and it's hard to remember and it's hard to sort of work that into your schedule. So today we're going to talk about kind of one of my easiest favorite things that we do with all of our clients to increase your productivity, to make sure you're pushing your content out and make sure it's getting out there on time. And that is to create a content calendar. I know it sounds obvious, but not everybody does it. Almost everybody pretty much kind of wings it when it comes to content. They may not necessarily know what they're talking about that week. They just know that they want to put a blog out at some point. They're not necessarily sure when. But one of the most important things that you can do with content marketing is consistency. Putting things out on pretty much the same day, around the same time, every single week gets your audience used to it. They like consistency. They like knowing when they can expect new stuff from you. And so they're much more likely to read it. They're much more likely to engage. They're much more likely to be looking out for all of your brand new content. So staying consistent and making sure it goes out on the same day is really important. But when you have no idea what you're talking about, or you're not really sure what the subject is going to be that week, making sure your content gets out can be really hard, because now all of a sudden, you're looking at the ticking clock. You're an hour away from when you wanted to put this content out. You've got client calls coming in and emails coming in, or products that have to be, worked on, or things that have to be done. And it's really easy to sort of stare at that blank screen and just say, you know what, I'm not even going to do it. I'll do it next week, or I'll do it another day. And then that becomes the next week and the next week and the next month and the next month. And then you haven't done it yet. So putting together a content calendar is so important, and it's really easy. The way that I work with all of our clients is we usually have two documents. The first is a traditional calendar. So it looks like a regular calendar. And on that calendar, we mark off the days that we're going to post on Facebook. So even if it's every day, it's still marked on the calendar, post on Facebook. So the end of the day doesn't come around and you're like, oh shoot, I never posted on Facebook. Now you're just trying to half-ass something to get something up there, or you just decide to not do it at all and you're going to do it the next day. So we mark every single day that we're going to be posting on social. We then mark out every single day that we want blog content to go live. So if you're going to do, every Thursday or every other Thursday, those Thursdays get marked in the calendar of blogs going live. We mark our email marketing in the calendar. So say, Thursday you're going to put your blog live, and then Friday morning your email is going to go out about your blog. We mark all of those in the calendar. It's really great to do this, especially like with email marketing for like sales and things like that. So if you're doing like a special sale, or say you're doing something related to a holiday or something like that, a lot of times people don't think about that stuff until the holiday is upon us, and then it's too late. So going through your calendar, I like to do 6 months in advance, marking all of this stuff out. Then what's really important, and what I do, is I mark in the work time to create the blog, to write the blog, to create the emails, to think about social content. So I'll like to say maybe on like a Monday, I take an hour to research social content, to schedule content out for the week. Then on Wednesday, I take another hour where I write a blog, and then I schedule it to be posted, as well as schedule my email to go out. So scheduling in that work time is so important. And I treat that work time like it's a meeting. I block it off in my calendar. I say from 10 until 11 or 10 until noon, this day I'm going to work on my blog. I'm going to work on my social posts. I'm going to do whatever it is that I'm blocking off as work time. And that's what I do. I don't answer emails. I don't schedule a meeting on top of it. I treat this like I am meeting with a client, and that it's non-negotiable. This is what I have to do during that time. And that is so important. And I think that's why a lot of times our work on our own business gets pushed to the side. It's because we don't value it as important. We don't value that time as important time. And so we schedule over it, or we get distracted. We're writing emails during that time, whatever. You have to treat this time like a meeting. Okay? All right, so that's my little sort of spiel around that. So that's the first document, is that kind of calendar. And I post that so I can look at it every single day, or I put in my Google Calendar, whatever kind of works for you. So I can always go back to refer to it and say, okay, what's the schedule like today? What do things look like today? What do I need to do today? Or what content's going out today? From there, then I like to I take all of the dates that my blogs say are gonna go live, and I put them in an Excel doc. So I say, okay, here's all of the Thursdays that I'm going to be posting blogs over the next 6 months. And then I start brainstorming topics. I really think that this is the most important, because one of the biggest blocks to writing blogs is coming up with an idea. People are always saying to me, oh, I don't know what to write about. I have no idea what to write, so then they just stare at a blank screen, and then they just decide not to blog at all. It's really important to kind of brainstorm out like 6 months worth of blog content. You can always change it, so if something else comes up that you want to write about, or something timely comes up, know that the calendar itself is flexible, but having ideas there to refer back to make things so much easier. So I'll put the dates, I'll put titles, and then next to the titles, I like to put any kind of supporting stuff. So if I happen to be doing some research to brainstorm some blog ideas, if I found some other cool articles that I can reference, some infographics, some cool pictures, I'll put all of the links there in the Excel doc. I'll put some little notes, all that kind of stuff. If I have some images, I'll put a little, maybe I'll download that image, or I'll put a little note saying, this goes with this image, because 6 months from now, you may be writing something and you could just look at the title and think, well, what was I supposed to write about? I don't really remember what I was thinking there. Or I thought I had some kind of, infographic to go with it, but now I can't remember, or something like that. So that way you have no excuses. You have the work time scheduled in. You have the idea ready to go. You have no excuses to not write your blogs. Content marketing is so important, not only when it comes to connecting with your audience, but with SEO and all of that, and driving more traffic to your website, getting more people there learning about you, and hopefully converting them into paying customers. So that's my tip for the day. Content calendars are really, really important. Make sure you do the 2 of them. The first one is the regular calendar, where you're scheduling out all of your work time. You're scheduling out all of the time where everything gets posted. And then a nice Excel doc where you can break down all of the topics, brainstorm at least 6 months in advance, do some research around some, what your competition is doing, things that are happening in your business. Brainstorm a bunch of ideas. Therefore, you have no excuses not to get your blogs out there. All right, guys, I will see you back here next week with another marketing hack here in the Hub Digital IGTV station. Thanks, guys.